We've all had that moment as kids when you realize that people don't actually live forever. But wait, if my parents are gonna die, does that mean that I'm? The truth is that time isn't taken for you, it's taken against you. You could fight it, you could ignore it, you could cheat it, but time is a tyrant. Every passing day is one step closer to the abyss, and one man who was aware of this was Julius Caesar. It's said at 32, Caesar stood before a statue of Alexander the Great, who by his big age had already managed to conquer the entire known world. And while looking at the statue, he wept, because he had realized that he had been wasting his time. So he went on to conquer Gaul, overthrew the entire Roman Republic, became the most powerful man in the world, but sometimes we're closer to Valhalla than we like to think. We like to think we're in control, but sometimes it's the people farthest with the most. And the funny part is that life's gonna continue without you. Rivers are gonna keep flowing, the sun's gonna keep rising, and we're gonna keep dying. So yeah, not only are we here for a breath under the sun, life is unfair. So what do you want to be when you grow up? What do you want to spend the rest of your life doing? Do you just throw your hands up in the air, live an aesthetic life? Do you eat, drink? No, you don't plunge or lean into sin. Or you could just accept the void because life has no meaning. Your birth is an accident, your death will hopefully be a peaceful accident. The only thing that lies in between is another accident. Maybe you should just squeeze pleasure from every second. You could also use your time well, and don't take life too personal. Or accept everything that comes to you in life, good or bad. So yeah, the chances of life forming on Earth is about 1 in 10 trillion 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 trillion, or 10 with 40 zeros behind it. The chances of your parents meeting is roughly 1 in 20,000. And the chances of every ancestor pairing happening is roughly 1 in 10 with 2,685,000 zeros behind it. And the chances of you existing is basically zero. And yet millions before us have stared into the sunset, wondered about the heavens above, clapped on a plane when it landed, or asked themselves, what am I doing with my life? But we've all lived here, on this pale blue dot, in a lonely, hostile universe, with no reason to exist besides nothing making something. From Big Bang to the only animal aware of its own demise. But now let's say you're 30, and it's 2025, and you're living the American dream. You've got a job, you're married, with 2 kids, and every generation is about 30 years. So 30 years later, you're now 60, with 4 grandkids, and another generation goes by, and now you're dead, with 8 grandkids. Everyone that once remembered you lives on, but you don't. They'll probably still talk about you a couple months after your death, but after that it's as if you never existed. But now it's 2225, and everyone that once knew you is gone, and everyone that knew the ones that knew you are gone. It's as if you never existed because time is a tyrant. 1,000,000 years from now, by now robots could have taken our place, or maybe we evolved into some human-robot hybrid, but time keeps erasing. 1,000,000,000 years from now, and Earth will certainly be gone, and all memory of humanity on this planet will be gone. 100 trillion years from now, and there's nothing. A night sky with no stars, no life, just endless, frozen silence. Stars have all burned out, black holes evaporated, and even atoms decayed. Nothing moves, nothing changes, just the entire universe completely empty, with nothing in it, but an endless void. Just like us, even the universe has a death. Even something so cruel and unforgiving as the universe is at the mercy of time. In Ecclesiastes it says that life under the sun is brief, just a few fleeting days. It doesn't do us any good to ignore it. It's not gonna help today to pretend like death doesn't exist. That's probably the worst thing to do. How do you want to live your life knowing that even the righteous die? And even with a long life, so many other things will outlive you. I can promise you that nobody on their deathbed has ever thought about any past gratification. They're thinking about the important things. And think of yourself there, and think about what will be most important to you then. But hold on, what if we never had a deathbed? What if we finally solved the problem of death, then finally beat time? Humans trying to cope with the problem of death is seemingly as old as us. From the fountain of youth to religions promising that this life isn't for nothing. In big 2025 we get the next big thing. Silicon Valley. Maybe one day we could upload our brain into an AI and we continue to live on when our flesh gives out. Or maybe we could completely replace our flesh and just upload our minds into robots. But if we solved aging tomorrow, if we could live forever, would time finally lose? But if tomorrow never runs out, does today really matter? Why get up out of bed if you have an infinite amount of tomorrows? Today matters because there will never be another October 1st, 2025. The beauty of our time under the sun is that it's fragile. Time is a tyrant, undefeated, but maybe that's the point. To exist in this unforgiving world, to just be a collection of atoms for an average of 27,000 days, to just be anything, what an honor that is. Don't try to solve all of life's problems, because you won't. Don't live your life thinking you're gonna live forever, because you won't. But in the life that you do have, as much of a breath that it is, what a silly mistake it would be to pretend like our time under the sun is forever.